Hello, welcome to Conversations in the Void. I'm your host, Joshua Von Ammon. Joining me today is Kelly Kroener. Kelly is a Dallas-based working artist. She received her bachelor's in fine art from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago with a concentration in fashion. Kelly is the co-founder of the Homeland Security Studio Gallery. Kelly has a show presently at Gallery, which is located next door and in the Cedars district of Dallas. Thank you for joining me, Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
Cool. So I guess we'll start out. Just talk about your work a little bit. And, you have a closing for the show at Gallery.
Yes.
The show is titled Groundwork, and that show is this Friday. What is the date of this Friday?
The 6th.
Right. So, kick us off.
Well, I guess Wanda had approached me for doing a show in her space, and she was working on the space at the time. Wanda's been a really great proponent of like everything that we've done, and has also helped us to get the space that we live in now, and where we have Homeland Security Gallery. So I started on the group of work. At the time, I was working on kind of two divergent practices, and with this group of work, I was always working on it. But I had this other way of working that was like more idea based. And then, and I was trying to like, when I was thinking about the show, I was trying to merge those two together somehow for those both to be together. But the group of work, Groundwork, was really just influenced by like gut instincts and working with materials and working through like how the materials would look best and what kinds of just playing with like colors and like the way like things went together. And I really wanted everything to be like very approachable. And I really started to loving the work a whole lot. So it's kind of like the work I did in the meantime when I didn't have a project to do for one of our shows or something that was like more like project-based or idea-based.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you just kind of had the ability to go in any direction with this work rather than fitting it to something. And for those that don't know, the materials that you work with, given that you had a concentration in fashion at the Art Institute of Chicago, and you're still working with fabrics and sewing techniques and things of that nature. So, it's very interesting stuff that you have going on right now. Is there anything else you wanted to add about that process itself? Or
I guess, a lot of people have asked me if it's liberating or if it's... if I find it restrictive to work with found materials. I get that question a lot, and usually, I do use found materials, things that I find, but like I kind of use things that are laying around in my studio, or I use a lot of like the extras like from things I find that you guys have thrown away in the studio or something, and I use that in two of the pieces in the show at Groundwork, but. A lot of like the materials were like given to me, and I really didn't think I was going to use these materials at all. So, and I had a surplus of all of them, and I wanted to find a good use for them. And I think that kind of like sparks like when I work like more intuitively or more freely. I think that's kind of like a place where it starts. It's like I need to find like a good use for like this material, and I really liked the material that was given to me. It was kind of like it was old, and it was kind of like. It was kind of like canvas, but it wasn't really canvas. It was heavier than most other muslins. So I really liked it, and I really wanted to find a good use for it. And I found that hand sewing it like worked really nice. And there was something in that in the hand sewing that was like a lot more apparent or soft or human. It gave it like a human touch that you couldn't see if like I had machine sewed them. And people don't see that. If someone looked at them, not too many people would recognize them as like hand sewn pieces. It's just kind of like the thing that's inherent within it.
Right. Yeah, just subtlety of the process itself. Well, it's very interesting. Hopefully, people get to make it out tomorrow for the closing of that show. And outside of that, this project that you've had with Eli Walker, your partner, at your home. And that's Homeland Security. How long have you been doing that now?
So we've been doing it. We've lived there for about 4 months, and we've had we have successfully shown 3 shows so far. We're working right now on a show called Mayflowers. It's an open call. It's an open juried forum for people to submit their ideas and their artwork about flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll jury that and curate that up in our house.
How can people find that?
You will submit your entries to mayflowersshow@gmail.com, and it's really simple. It's just 100 words why you're interested in flowers and one image.
Mm-hmm.
No CVs or anything like that.
Excellent.
So
And so this project that you started up doing, that's gained a lot of gravity, especially with as a co-founding member of SCAB and other people in that group that are working in a very similar vein with their respective studios. That kind of DIY spirit that you've kind of gotten started. Where did that really come from? As far as like from your perspective or your involvement.
That came a lot from my experience in Chicago, both like from the school and I think like from my community. And so it really set forth like an example that you can just like go and like do your idea, and that's often like more effective than waiting for someone to hand you an opportunity, and doing it in your own way and experimenting with that.
Mm-hmm.
And just like also wanting to like engage and like prod the community and contribute and give other people, and really like for me giving other people opportunities that is very important too. I don't I guess I don't have a whole lot of like monetary things to give to people, but I do feel like that giving them an opportunity to show their work and to introduce people, new artists like from the outside, into Dallas is also an important and interesting venture that brings more more awareness and more conversations about art and like what different things like different artists like bring to the table.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a really fantastic project that's happening, and you were recently, along with the other members, mentioned in F Deluxe magazine in the April issue, so that was really cool. And you also had an article about what's going on with the Cedars with Homeland Security and Wanda Dye's Gallery. So it's great to see that things are really getting moving, and it's only been about a year and a half's worth of
since we've
effort
been here.
in Dallas. Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I hope to talk to you again about it soon. And so enjoy our musical guest. It is Eric Osborne performing. He's based out of Fort Worth for the time being. So thanks for tuning in.